Reality. Reality receipts.
Hi guys, welcome back to the Reality Receipts podcast, starring me, Storytime with Ricky.
And me, Reality Ashley. We could barely contain ourselves to hit record because we were already talking about it because what a shocker, what a plot twist, even though Ricky did kind of call it in our episode, but we were kidding. Like, we didn't actually think America was going to do that to, well, obviously you've watched the episode if you're here. So Shelley and Ace, they're gone, they're eliminated. I can't believe it. What do you think about it? Shocked, obviously.
Genuinely shocked. Genuinely shocked, right? Like I said yesterday when we were just goofing around, like, oh, well, by definition of what's been happening this season, then Shelley and Ace should be the next ones to leave because it seems like it's the curse of the close off this season. Like as soon as you close off, someone gets sent home. We've seen it happen with Nick, Taylor and Clark, and now Shelley and Ace. I was shocked. I even when I did polls on Instagram, like Shelley and Ace always came in second place. So I thought that they had like a wave of supporters that would at least get them to the finale. More than Pepe and Iris. Like I love Pepe and Iris. I think they're very cute. I didn't know that they had the supporters like that.
Yeah, I know. I saw someone saying, because like Pepe's obviously, he was crying about Hannah, she was crying about TJ 5 days ago. That's where a lot of us are like, why are they getting votes? Because they are like a new couple. But on the other hand, they are getting along a lot better than like Huda and Chris. So
yeah,
I mean,
and I think that people are really forgetting that like Iris and Pepe got together at the same time Nicolandria got together, the same time Brian and Amaya got together. So they just both happened to have strong connections beforehand, but so did Nick, so did Olandria. You know what I mean? Amaya and Brian are really the only ones that weren't in strong couples like prior. But yeah, I like Iris and TJ as a couple. I just think that
Pepe.
Why do I keep calling this man TJ? I called him TJ is living in my mind rent free. I can't get rid of him. I can't rid myself of him. Literally, I don't think I've had a conversation where I've called Pepe. Like I think I keep calling.
They're very similar, like short letter names. Pepe, TJ. It's all the same. I mean, it's hard when you get used to saying a couple together.
Yeah.
Pepe and TJ. Where am I talking about? They're not a couple.
But I do like them together. I just don't think that they have the fandom to win it all. And that's why I was encouraging people. Like, I swear I felt like I was campaigning for like the presidential election. Like, okay, guys, we can't split the vote. Like, you don't want to split your vote amongst three people. So if you have a couple that you're rooting for, but it doesn't have the fandom to win, it doesn't make sense. Like, some people were like, commenting on my Instagram like, oh, well, I voted Pepe and Iris to boot. Like, I know they're not going to win, but I just wanted to boost their votes. And I'm like, this is not the time to boost. Yeah, exactly. I'm like, that makes no sense. Like, this is not the vote to boost a vote. It's like winner takes all. So yeah, like if it's going to be like, oh, the person with the lowest votes gets sent home, then yeah, you want to boost their votes. But in this case, no, winner takes all. And now it's about, if the couple you want or you're rooting for is not gonna win, or they don't have the fandom to win, then now you just need to think about who you don't want to win. You know what I mean? Because and put all those votes, like volunteer your vote as tribute kind of thing, you know, but it's out of our hands type of thing. And we'll get our winners on Sunday. But I was genuinely, my mouth dropped. I would have bet anything that Shelley and Ace were going to make it to the final. Did I think they were going to win? No, because they are receiving a lot of backlash for how strategic they were, them knowing each other. I know that they've been doing interviews already, and apparently a lot of them knew each other, which is wild to me. Like, that they're like, how small is this world? Like,
it is very silly, right? Like, why? They must have so many people apply for this, and there's just no way that they couldn't find people that didn't know each other. And I don't know why they did that. Like, were they nervous people wouldn't be like comfortable with each other, or is it like they didn't really mean to do it and it's just that's how small this like influencer community is? Because you know, when we've talked to a few people that were on other shows recently, they're kind of like, is like a casting pool of these people. Like we've heard them say, like, I was gonna go on Love Island, but I ended up on Sneaky Links. I was gonna go on Temptation Island, and I ended up on Perfect Match. Like it's just,
Yeah.
it's such a. It seems like there's a small pool of people they're taking from, and I don't know why. Because I would think the less, like the more real people are, the better show you're gonna get because they're not necessarily like Amaya not having anyone run her account. Like if they're not going in it to be influencers and they just want to actually meet someone, you're probably gonna have a better show because they're not gonna edit themselves. But I
Right,
mean,
right.
I don't know if there's.
You're going from a pool of people who want to be on a TV show and they're just
Mhm.
pulling from that. Although you do hear like, oh, I got approached via DM. Like you hear
Yeah.
that as well, which I feel like is a maybe a better way for Love Island. But like the fact that Nick and Jeremiah worked together, Shelley said that she knew Amaya and Andrina. Like
Hmm.
Shelley and Ace had a connection, and she admitted that he had been in her DM. You know what I mean? That
Yeah.
they would DM each other, which is what I kind of said on the pod, right? I was like, I'm pretty sure it's been no secret that they like each other's photos, that they comment on each other's photos, probably some DMs here and there, but it would be a far stretch to just randomly be like, hey, did you happen to get cast on like the next season of Love Island? Like, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? How would Love Island even come up? You know?
Yeah, and like when you're being approached and going through the casting of these shows, you have to keep it a secret. And they want to be on the show so bad that they're very secretive about it. Like I genuinely don't think there's any way you would just tell some random guy in your DMs, even if they had like conversations sometimes. You're not gonna say I'm gonna go on Love Island. I mean, look what happens to people once if they're on. Like everyone digs into their past and you don't know who you're telling, who they're gonna tell. You might not even end up getting to go because they might say something. So I don't think they knew each other were going to be there. I never thought that. I think they were honest from the start about they knew each other, they talked,
Mhm.
and that shouldn't, it would have been nice for them not to put people like that on the cast that like literally had never seen each other, but that doesn't, it shouldn't have been a problem. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
everyone just took it as they went into this colluding together to win it all. And they could never get over that. They couldn't get around that. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I don't know if you've seen on the Love Island app, they actually have a casting thing up. Like, oh, do
I
you
don't
think you?
get that here.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm probably also left
They
out.
lock us out. They're so
They're
mean.
literally, they have like on the main page
Hmm.
that they're casting for the next season. I'm like, who the hell would want to put themselves in this line of fire? But look, now casting Love Island.
So
Now
far away.
it says, "Can you handle the heat? Apply to Love Island USA for next season." And there's an apply now button. Let me actually click on it, see what it says.
No, apply.
Oh, enter your date of birth. This casting call requires you to be at least 18 years of age. So I did send this to my
Hmm.
hot young
Oh,
girlfriend
yes.
she was really far along the casting process of this season actually, and she
Hmm.
ended up not going through it with it. I sent it to her and I was like, oh, they're casting again. She's like, maybe I'll hit up, the casting lady I was working with. And she was like, but I'm just scared. Like she starts telling me all her secrets. She's like, I'm just scared that this is gonna come out and this is gonna come out. And they're not
Oh,
even like
no.
bad things. Like I was just like, you know what? Get in front of it. Like anything that you think somebody could use against you, just get in front of it and you say
Yeah.
it before somebody else can find it, you know?
Well, yeah. And I mean, honestly, unless you've done something racist or like that, you shouldn't have to worry about it. Like, there's nothing when you're going on a show like this, like, yeah, you're going to probably have exes make videos and say this or that, but nothing's going to get you canceled or kicked off unless it's been something racist or something horrible. And then, yeah,
Yeah.
you probably shouldn't be on TV
Yeah.
anyways. So
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
there's
That's what
nothing like that,
like the stuff she told me, I was like, yeah, that's not gonna, the audience won't care about that. I was like, but like if you said something racist or homophobic or something like that, that's
yeah,
the kind of stuff that's gonna like get you in trouble. So,
just tell her to give you all the tea right off the bat. We'll get it out there first day and then
yeah,
she's done.
give me the tea up front. We'll let everybody know, and then they can't hold nothing against you. It really
That's the
wasn't
thing.
even anything bad.
Every person on this show like probably has had exes they didn't treat well or all kinds of things in your past. And most things don't ever come out. It's very unless it's something very big and relevant, like on Love is Blind, if it's having children or cheating or doing things like that that might affect someone wanting to marry you or be with you for the rest of your life, then it's a big deal. But yeah, with Love Island, we've not really seen any of these controversies unless someone goes on with a full-on girlfriend or the racist stuff. So yeah, I think the little things are fine. Everyone has stuff in their past, so
Yeah.
it would be so hard for them to find someone that had nothing that they've ever done wrong. So
But I'm like the way that people were digging into this cast pass, I wouldn't want to go on this show either. Like I feel like they're gonna have
no,
like a really hard time like finding people who would like willingly put themselves in that line of fire, you
yeah,
know?
I agree. Well,
Yeah.
should we get into this episode? It was a cute episode with all the families. The families were great. I was it was nice that they came like in person. I thought that was a good element. No Huda's daughter there. I thought she was gonna be there, but we
Yeah,
did see her. So
a
that was
video. Yeah.
yeah, that was a cute moment. I thought, don't you feel like well, those are her sisters, right?
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
felt like when she was with her sisters and talking to her sisters, she seemed normal. And I'm like, why, again, like, why can't she talk like that to her partner? But,
Her older
anyways,
sister was so stunning.
I know. I thought, like,
So stunning.
yeah, some people were like, is that her mom? I'm like, that would be a very young mom for her. So
Yeah.
I'm like,
She was
yeah,
stunning.
her mom must be stunning, though.
I did notice that. Did you notice that her sister was like, why did you say it like that? Like when she was telling her, like,
Yeah.
I'm a mommy, mamacita. And I don't know if you noticed when she went back and told Nick, she was like, oh, my sister was like telling me, like basically telling me her favorite moment was that moment. You hear Nick about to say, people keep saying that, but I don't even remember saying that. So it's like, what
Uh-huh.
do you mean people keep saying that?
Yeah,
How do
they
you know what
definitely.
people are saying? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's like they cut it off, but he was like, people keep, and I don't even, you know what I mean? You could tell he's about to say, people keep saying that, and I don't even remember saying that.
Maybe he meant just like all the families, like that day, where
Maybe,
every time they
maybe
saw him, they brought it up, like every person he met. Because, yeah,
that
but
is
I
a big
do,
moment. Yeah, that
and I bet the cast of people too. Like, I definitely think they told them stuff. So, because things seem to change with some of their personalities after. So,
because the sister was like, "Why did you say it like that?" Like the sister even
yeah.
said it, like, "Why did you say it like that?" But
So those were older sisters, right?
mhm,
I
mhm,
feel like
yeah,
that might explain her personality a bit too. If she's like the baby of the family, because she does act very like bratty a lot, and she's maybe
yeah,
used to like kind of like, I just feel like her sisters wouldn't let her get away with that behavior, and so she didn't try it with them. She was like just easygoing with them, and like we said last time, she needs a partner like that that's going to be like, no, I'm not putting up with this,
yeah,
stop it. And she
mhm,
stopped. Like, I think Jeremiah and Chris, being like sort of more quiet, gentle type of men, they like, she just sees she can walk all over them and she runs with it, and it gets so bad to watch. So,
yeah. And I
but
was
we did
wondering
act.
why the sisters didn't like really, oh, and maybe they did, because sometimes we're like, oh,
Yeah.
these are like 10 minute, we're seeing like 5 seconds, but really they're like longer conversations. Like maybe they did tell her like how she was being, but I
Hmm.
feel like everybody being like, we see growth, and there's just been so much growth. It's just feeding into the delusions. Like even Chris and his parent, like his mom and sister, like kind of being like, oh yeah, we like her. I almost felt like Chris was wanting his parent and his sister to be like, we don't like her, so that he would have the perfect excuse to be like, deuces. But
Uh-huh.
I thought, oh, well, they're not really being forthcoming about how the audience is perceiving her or perceiving them.
No.
But she did say the last thing she saw was him folding. So I was under the impression that maybe they didn't see the last two episodes where they
Yeah.
had their discrepancies. But apparently, when I was on live last night, they did the audience was telling me no, like Chris's sister has been very vocal on Instagram that she did see the episodes and that she had seen both of their sides. So, and that was
Mhm.
before the family episode. So I don't know if they seen
Yeah.
it or not, but whatever the case is, they gave their blessing. So
I feel like Chris's family is very smart because we've seen, on Love is Blind, families not approving, and we see them get a lot of hate for that. And I think they are smart enough to know there is a small chance that Chris could end up with her. And so if they're
mhm,
being rude online right now or being like, no, then that's going to come back to bite them. I think they're just holding their tongues. That's what I'm getting from it. They're like, we're going to be publicly supportive because she has a lot of fans. We don't want to jeopardize. I'm sure they know, like, his basketball career is coming to an end. He's trying to pivot into this influencer life. They don't want to mess that up for him. And I think they know, like, we just need to support this until he says he's not into it. If he breaks up with her, then like, okay, but
That's
they
fair.
wouldn't do themselves any service by like speaking negatively about her right now, because there is a small chance he could end up with her. I don't see it,
That's
but
true. That's true. That's true.
yeah.
That's true. I don't think that they would want to jeopardize him winning, especially he's so close. So, and that would
Hmm.
turn a lot of the fans off, right? So, I
Yeah.
agree. I think that could be it. But it was like a super cute moment to see Chris fall into his mom's arms and just kind of
Yeah.
cry like a baby. All I kept thinking about was like, I know you miss your mom, but don't you like be overseas all the time and like go long periods of time without seeing her like all the time? Like, why is this like, I know it's only been like 5 weeks.
I
Why
know. I felt
you go way longer than 5 weeks without seeing her? But whatever.
I know, as someone who doesn't live in the same town as my parents, and I sadly like I don't see them for a few months at a time. Like it is sad, but it's also life. You know, I think for a lot of people that's the
Yeah,
norm. So it is funny to see them so emotional, but I know that's just the experience and not having
yeah,
your phone and
yeah,
not seeing your friends, and
yeah,
it makes it way more emotional. But
yeah.
yeah,
You're
sometimes
right.
I'm like, damn,
Especially
it's been like 4 weeks. Some of them like 2 weeks. Like it's not that sad,
yeah,
but
but then to your point, normally you can FaceTime them, you can talk to them.
yeah.
So you've been completely cut off with them for 6 weeks. Like I think if I was
Hmm.
completely cut off from my mom for 6 weeks and I seen her, I would cry too. And I don't think one person didn't cry. Like Brian falling into his dad's arms, Chris falling into his mom's arms, like Ace crying when he heard his mom's voicemail, like Olandria crying
Hmm.
when Nick crying when he seen his mom and sister. Like I was just crying. I was just
I
crying all
know.
episodes. Like this is just so cute and so sad and like
And I think it is scary for
I
them.
see their family.
It's scary because you don't know how the public is perceiving you, right? And if you are making your parents disappointed, if maybe like they don't want to talk to you or they're upset with you in any way. So I think when they show up and they're like happy to see you, it's just like a relief of like, okay, everyone still likes me. It's
It's
fine. Like,
so funny when
like Amaya saying,
Nicholas.
yes, I
Oh,
know,
they're
right?
sleeping with Sierra. Nicholas.
That was so
Why are
funny.
you doing that in public?
Right? It is wild. Like, yeah, they have no shame. They're like, just go for it. I mean, Hannah with the spitting on the hand, I'm like, oh no, you have to talk to your family after that. Like,
Like, I just wonder how like embarrassed they are. Like even Huda with her sisters, right? Like they know that you slept with two men on this show. Like I would be like so embarrassed for like my sisters to know that, or even you know what I mean? Like any of them. Like
hmm
I think Amaya and Brian's parents like made a joke too. Like there's just some things that moms don't need to see because they've seen them in the hideaway. Talk about eat that kitty in the hideaway. Like, oh my God, like that's funny for the
yeah, I
viewer
don't think,
until your dad's watching it, you know? Oh Lord.
right? I was gonna say, like, I don't feel like I would want to watch that as a parent. Like, it would be cool to see your child on TV, but it's Love Island. They're making out, they're naked, they're having sex. Like, it's not like there's not a lot of the show that it would be enjoyable as someone's parent to watch them too.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
would just be, I don't want to see
I don't
that.
think I would
So,
watch actually. If like my kid
no.
on it, I don't think I would watch because like you said, it's kind of raunchy. Like, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Maybe the last few episodes you watch when they formed a connection and they're still there and you know,
Mhm.
maybe then, but like even the challenges, like I don't want to see that. Like,
No. No. Like
yeah.
Huda sitting on someone's face, like is her parents watching that? Like I didn't even think about that, but it's I mean all of them sitting on faces and making out and yeah, it's not for parents.
Yeah.
So it's
I
it is a
do
weird juxtaposition to have the families there on a show like this because it's like weird to see that side of them, but it's cute
Yeah,
too.
I did like Alandria's energy with her mom. I thought it was so cute and like so
Mhm.
different than what we've been seeing. Like it just seemed
Yeah.
like she just was like so relaxed and just so fun and just so um it was amazing to see that. And I like that her mom did tell her like, "Oh, the audience has seen something between you two since the beginning and they still seem
Mhm.
very confused about it." Um but they have a tribe of people rooting for them, so
Yeah.
we'll
And I
see.
like that they can tell them that now, like let them know, because I mean they're in their couple now till the end, so they can tell them what people like and that people are rooting for them, and it doesn't like change their they can't change their
Yeah.
couple now. So
Yeah, I do wish that we would have seen a little like it looked like maybe Nick wanted to go in for a kiss when they were, after the parents left and they were talking about it together. It seemed like he wanted to go in for a kiss, and then he didn't. He just gave her a hug. And I'm like, these
Yeah.
are the moments where you need to show that there is some romantic chemistry there, you know?
Mhm. That's the thing, like Iris and Pepe do have that. So I know we're kind of like, who's voting for them? But like they really do have this natural chemistry that I think will help them outside of the villa, at least in terms of like making it work because
Mhm.
yeah, they seem to really be attracted to each other. So that's a good start. But
Yeah.
it doesn't mean Nick and Landry don't have that too. They're just a lot more reserved. And so,
And she's been that way since the beginning of the
yes.
season, very reserved, even with Taylor. So it's
Hmm.
on brand with like how she operates
Hmm.
as a person.
Yeah, the families were what?
You'd see. No, I was gonna
What?
ask you, what did you think of Amaya and Brian's like their families and them getting together and their interaction? Because people are really convinced that Brian is not into Amaya. Did you see that Zach said that in an interview? He
What?
said
No, I
that.
did not. What did he
Yes,
say?
in
He said a
that.
lot of dumb shit, but
Yeah, Zach has been, oh my God, you guys, Zach has been on Instagram, on every social media platform, just talking, talking, talking. He posted a video like, oh, getting a like eating a papaya or like getting a papaya like sliced up, and he's like, oh, eating a papaya is like not the same anymore, like acting like he misses Amaya.
please
Yes, but
save it.
yes, save it. Save it, brother.
Yes.
So in the article, he was like, oh yeah, like basically, I hope he's genuine. Like I hope he's genuine. I hope he actually likes her, but I'm not convinced.
Well, his opinion is silly. He also didn't he say the girls were all like bullying Huda or something?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, and he also said in that same article that like really trying to convince the reader that him and Amaya did have something cool and that he did miss her and he did. But it's like anybody can see like you switched your tune once you found out that
yeah.
America loved Amaya. So he was in that interview and even in the video of him eating the papaya, like he was responding to comments like sometimes you don't know what you have until it's gone. Like
Oh,
sometimes
please.
you miss, you miss your opportunities. Like he was just like really laying it on thick that
Trying
like
so hard.
him and Amaya really did have a connection. He may contact her once she's out of the villa, that they really did have something special, and just a lot of it like
He,
wasn't shown
I
basically.
saw he also said in an interview that like she said a lot of bad stuff to him too or something that he was like trying to throw her under the bus a little bit. It's like
Yeah,
we
apparently in that mailbox challenge, he got some cards, and the scene was completely cut out. And he said that Amaya said really mean things to him that he doesn't even want to repeat it, but that's why they only showed his reaction to what she was saying, not what she had said to him. So
yeah, and then also Andrina did an interview and said a lot of other stuff was cut out of that challenge that a lot of the girls were calling Huda out on a bunch of her lies or something. And so that's
mhm.
why things got so heated. We only kind of saw it. It seems like it was all about the Chris of it all, but there was a lot of other lies they called her out on. And so Taylor said on his interview with Chicks in the Office, like, oh, after the mailbox challenge, there was a lot of animosity and stress with the girls. And I was kind of like, did he just mean the Huda Shelley thing? It seemed like he meant the girls as a whole. So I
Yeah,
feel like, yeah, Andrina said that challenge was like 7 hours or something, and
yeah,
that we didn't see like a large portion of it. So
yeah. She said she can see why it was viewed as the girls being mean girls or being ganged up on, but a lot of what was edited was just to look like it was all about this girls situation. But apparently, Huda had gotten caught up during that challenge in multiple lies, and people put it in the postcards to call her out on it. And she was like, "Well, it wouldn't really make sense because it was cut out of the episode." So I wish she
yeah.
would have given like more details of like what specific lies Huda was got caught with or what. And
Hmm.
she said from jump like her and Huda had a very rocky relationship because of Jeremiah, which makes
Hmm.
sense. And she said she was surprised to see Huda stand behind her because they hadn't been getting along, so
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, that we saw that because I know a lot of people pointed that out, like, oh, poor Huda, like she stood behind Andrina when Andrina didn't like her, but we also saw like Iris stand behind Huda when Huda had been really mean to Iris. So it's like that
It's the
happens in there,
double
you know?
standard, right?
Yeah.
Like they can never just accept, like they just can't, like it just doesn't apply when it's her, you know?
Mhm. Yeah.
So that's what's so interesting. Andrina also said like she didn't twist Huda's words. She was like it was a 20-minute conversation. And I she said in her conversation with Huda, which if you go back and watch, she said, I never validated her. I did tell her in her moment, I think you did something wrong. I do think
Yeah.
you went overboard. And she said they obviously cut the conversation when she went to Shelley. And it's really funny because I was not arguing, but having discourse with somebody on live last night where they were like, oh, she twisted her words. And then when I broke it down, they were like, okay, well, she didn't twist her words. What she did was she didn't say it as sweet as Huda said it. Like, okay, so now it's like semantics, right? Like, because when you really go back and watch the conversation, like Huda did say to Andrina, I don't understand why she's upset. It's just a challenge. And
Yeah.
Andrina went back and told Shelley that. Like, I don't
Yeah.
understand why people are like, she twisted her words. She did not.
Yeah.
We just didn't see the whole conversation. But to Andrina's point, she said she did tell Huda to her face, I think you went overboard. I do think you did too much, which is essentially what we see her go back and tell Shelley. So
Yeah, and it is hard in these situations where we're not seeing the whole combos because sometimes we're like they're repeating something that never happened, but really it's like maybe we just didn't see it. So I kind of feel like it's annoying that the editors do that. Like if we don't get to see a combo, then don't let us see someone repeat it because then it looks like they're a liar, but really we just
which is
didn't see
what we've
that.
seen all season with Huda, right? Like
Yeah.
see her repeating things that we're like, that didn't happen. And now it's like maybe they were happening and it's edited to make it look like she is
Yeah.
delusional. You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
like I don't I mean, I get it. You have to produce a show to like create a certain
Mhm.
narrative, but to like really like the extreme amount of hate that Andrina's getting for something that
Yeah. I don't
did
understand that.
happen is like it sucks, you know? And same for Huda. Like if we were lighting her ass up, right? For
Yeah.
going back and saying things happened the way it didn't happen, it's like maybe it did happen that way, but editing.
It almost feels like they're trying to keep some things for the reunion like last time, right? Like we never got to see that conversation until the reunion.
Do you think we're getting a reunion?
I keep seeing the outcast, the offcast, whatever we call the kicked off people talk about like reunion's going to be so good, but obviously that's like wishful thinking on their part, but I definitely think we could use a reunion. I think there is a lot to talk about, like all these little things we're saying, like what got cut out of that mailbox challenge, because I think that's probably what they're saving for the reunion because it seems like they always leave like a confusing thing to talk about at the reunion. So last season they left that who wanted Andre, whatever her name was, Andrea, to get out, right? And
Oh.
they left that for the reunion. So this is sort of like what happened to this mailbox challenge? What was Shelley so mad about? Because it's not adding up to us. So that's the only reason I can think of. They're leaving it so like confusing to the viewer,
And
so they
that
have
makes
something to settle.
sense if Shelley was calling Huda out on something else, like you caught, and that's what Andrina said. Like we're seeing the reaction of an entirely different conversation. You know, like she
Mhm.
was so upset because they had caught the girl in a lie, and that's
Yeah.
why they're pressing her because it's like you're getting caught up in a lie. Now, even so, is if your friend lied to you, is it the best time to do it is to confront them in front of everyone? Probably not. You know what I
No.
mean? But Huda
Yeah.
has also blurted out and had word vomit in front of everyone in moments where she wasn't supposed to. So it's
Hmm.
just hold everybody to the same standard, you know?
Hmm.
So
Yeah, I wonder if that's what they're leaving it for. Because besides that, it would
the
be,
conversation with Nick Jeremiah's exit, right? We never seen the boys discussing why, who, what, when, what, who led that conversation. So I think that might
mhm.
also be something they're saving for the reunion.
Yeah, that would make sense. Like, I would think we'll get a reunion, but now that they have this Beyond the Villa show, I don't know. They might hope that once Beyond the Villa airs, like people just forget this season and they don't want to bring it back up again. So
Yeah.
I think it'll all depend on who wins, how people feel about it. Like if Amaya and Brian win, I think that's gonna leave the season on such a great note. Like no one can be upset that they win, and then maybe they will have a reunion. But if Huda wins or someone more controversial, where people are like, "What happened to this season?" then they might just want us to just forget this season happened.
I feel like they want us to just forget this season with
Yeah.
because at this point you can't invite Ulissa or Sierra to the reunion. People are gonna be in uproar. So I wouldn't be surprised if like casting or production's like, you know what, screw this season. Let's just put it to bed and let's just move on. Because Andrina in the Elite Daily article said, you know, Jeremiah's low-key ghosting her. She hasn't been able to get a hold of him. She's called him a couple times. And then she says she thinks the first time she sees him might be at the reunion. And then in parentheses, they put a reunion has not been confirmed yet. So
See, and sometimes when we're not hearing about like what happened, like have you hung out yet? That does make me think we will get a reunion because that would be another interesting part is the Andrina and Jeremiah conversation. So
well,
we'll
if there's
see.
going to be a reunion, then they all need to shut the fuck up because
Yeah.
they're all on the internet just spilling tea because they even asked in this Elite Daily same article because it was TJ Pepe not Pepe
Iris.
TJ it was TJ Andrina and Zach like they kind of asked them all questions and they even asked TJ like how he felt about Pepe and Iris coupling up. These are questions reserved for the reunion. These are reactions and moments we need at the reunion, right?
Well, you did get a little tea possibly, right? That they're all in a little bit of trouble. Like they weren't invited to, there was a big Beyond the Villa premiere party and they weren't invited to it. But now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, I just don't see them doing that. I think it's because there is going to be a reunion. They don't want them all hanging out at this party because stuff's going to happen. They're going to resolve stuff. Like, we can't see Jeremiah and Andrina hanging out at this party, arms around each other. Oh, they're fine. And then try to have like an argument at the reunion. So if I were like putting bets on it, I would say they're not actually in trouble. They're just trying to keep them apart until the reunion if they can. Because that makes more sense.
The tea, right?
Yeah. Because we did hear like,
so the video I'm going to show you, I'm not going to show you guys, but it's not a long video. So Speedy Mormon, you guys know who Speedy Mormon is. He has been doing commentary on Love Island. There was a Beyond the Villa party. He went to the party and in his video, so the comment says this is what the caption says. Oh, did he delete it?
uh-oh. T.
Did he
deleted T?
Oh no, Love Island party.
Oh damn!
So
I thought we were on to something.
the caption says some tea in here if you pay attention. So but he says that they were disinvited. And that could mean that they're disinvited because they're running their mouth too much or they're disinvited because there's a reunion coming.
Yeah,
So
that is just
specific. Okay, so party. Oh, and I'm sad I wasn't invited.
Behind me?
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for somebody to come get me.
Can you hear that?
And then we upstairs. A new bombshell has entered the villa. Shaving. Every single Islander on this season of Love Island USA got uninvited from this party. It was supposed to be a rap party, but it wound up only being a launch party for Beyond the Villa. If you use your context clues, you could probably figure out why they took all of the invites back.
If you use your context clues, you can probably figure out why they took all those invites back.
For me, it just makes more sense that they would get a reunion and they don't want that spoiled. Because I don't think, like these Elite Daily articles, these interviews, those are all set up through Love Island. If they were mad at them, they wouldn't be allowed to do those. So it could be a little bit of both. You know, like A, they don't want them there yakking to people, and B, they want to save it in case they do a reunion. So
yeah. Yeah, you could tell in the comments, people are just freaking confused. They're throwing all their best guesses out there like, "Oh, I missed the context clues. Like, what is it?" And everybody just keeps saying it's because they're spilling too much tea in the reunion. I mean, they're spilling too much tea. They're talking too much. But it makes sense that it's because they're
saving it. Yeah, that's my guess.
I think that's what the context clue is. You smart. You smart.
We're smart together. We put
You're
it together.
smart.
It's like a puzzle.
I'm thinking it's because they talking too much, but
I thought,
that's very smart that it would be because they're getting a reunion. That's why they're uninvited because they don't want them all together.
yeah, because totally. Because if you see them in a photo, like hugging, then you're like, oh, they're fine. And then they try to have an argument at the reunion. We're like, but we saw them together a week ago hugging at the party. They're fine. So that's my opinion. But also, they are hanging out. What do they call these now? Like the content houses. Like they're all in a house, like hanging out. So that's causing, that's going to cause, they need to get this reunion done fast, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Because last time we waited a month for it, I don't think that's going to fly. They all want to hang out. They're partying. They're hanging out together. So if they're going to do it, I hope they do it like this week. Because that would make way more sense. They all want to talk. They all want to do interviews. It's not fair to not let them do the reunion, get it over with. And then you could always do like what they did on Love is Blind, like the after special if they want to do something later. But
last season, when they got out of the villa, were they all doing interviews like this? Yeah.
Yes. But I don't remember them all. Remember they all went to like Universal Studios. It was a very like organized trip. Like I'm sure there was PR and handlers with them. It was definitely like I don't remember seeing them at a house like all at a birthday party the way these cast. So it definitely like they definitely could be in trouble. Like I wouldn't be surprised if they were told, please don't hang out together until we know if we're doing a reunion or not, and they're not listening to that because they're gonna miss their moment if they don't do this content right now. So they could definitely be in trouble too and jeopardizing the reunion. So it might be a little bit of both. Like they use you're not coming to this party to try to be like, seriously, shut up, or you're not getting a reunion. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But it would be weird to not do a reunion. Despite our complaints about this season, I think it's done like billions and billions of minutes streamed. It's popular. It's watched. We're talking about it. So for them to not do a reunion,
like thing this summer, so
yeah. That would be silly to not have. If like the Mormon wives can have a reunion, these guys can. But although that one's crazy popular too, so.
Well, we didn't get a movie night, so they're not worried about what we want, clearly. So I know they heard our screams and cries for movie night.
Maybe they're gonna film a reunion this week, and we're in LA, and we can go and watch through the windows for you guys.
I know, that would be great. Yeah, but we will be busy scurrying the internet and giving you guys recaps of everybody's interviews.
Yes.
You'll watch After Sun tonight. Taylor and Clark are there. Ace and Shelley are there. Ace and Shelley have already done some interviews with Entertainment Weekly and Entertainment Tonight and stuff like that. I haven't caught them, but people keep sending them to me. And I'm pretty sure somebody's going to be on the Viall Files or Chicks in the Office.
Yeah.
So we'll keep you guys posted. Did anything else happen in the episode?
Yes, I was going to say one last thing I want to talk about. Not to bring up Huda again, but
we're probably thinking the same thing because we have the same brain.
We do. We're like sharing one brain. So, but yeah, this is what I noticed because I watched it last night and then I was rewatching right before just to get some notes. And I know everyone is on Chris because he didn't mention Huda in his little peaks and pits, whatever. But I noticed like she gave her pits, which was her crash outs, and then her peak was the Casa Amor recoupling. Then that's it. They kind of like cut it off fast and they go to him. And I'm like, she didn't necessarily mention him either. Like, we don't know what she said after that. They cut it off. So she might have said the Casa Amor recoupling when I saw Alandria was still here and Nick, or when I got to see my friends again. Like, we don't know that she said anything good about Chris either. So I know everyone's like, that was so mean of him. But what did you think? Because, yeah.
Well, I did assume that the Casa Amor recoupling is because that's when she coupled up with him. But I didn't think it was mean that he didn't say anything about her. I think it's telling of how he feels. And I think that people want to ignore the fact that he's not feeling this girl. And it almost seemed like to me her facial expression was her wanting him to say something about her. But again, we can't take facial expressions into consideration sometimes because it is a complete reaction to something different. That's why I was like, why are people so hung up on Shelley and Sierra and Alandria's facial expression from the mailbox challenge? Because we know that they do that sometimes. But it did look like he literally took a minute to be like, Do I have any other peaks? No. You know what I mean? So it's almost like he thought about it and still chose not to say anything. And I don't know, her facial expression to me, like the way they panned the camera to her, was like she was upset that he didn't say anything, or what she was waiting for him to say something. Um,
But there's just no way that she only said, my peak was the Casamore recoupling. End of sentence.
yeah,
Like,
she
there's no
probably
way.
said, maybe
She
she
said
said
more.
something more about him.
But
And that's
why
why
would they
she was
cut that? That's the thing for me. All the people
They cut a
screaming.
lot of things. Why would you cut a whole sequence of her lying on the mailbox challenge? Like, why would you cut that? That's good TV.
But the thing to me is like, because everyone, her fans are saying, oh, she's getting a bad edit. They're only showing her bad moments. But like, if she did say something nice about Chris, then why wouldn't they show that just to drive that point home more that he didn't say anything about her? Like, my opinion is that she didn't say anything about him, but they knew if they showed that, then she's the bad guy, right? Because she did it first. She was like, I'm not going to mention him. And then he doesn't mention her back, right? But by cutting it off and letting us think she's meaning him and he didn't mention her and she's the victim, they're trying to give her that good edit. Like, they're trying to make her look better. Because I think if she said something nice about him, they would have showed that, because it only drives that point home that, like, oh, she talked about him and he didn't talk about her. It would only have helped what they were trying to show there. So I think she didn't mention him. I bet she said something that had nothing to do with him. She was probably like, the cast somewhere recoupling when I saw Landry was still here or something. You know what I mean? Like, I
Yeah.
just feel like if she would have said the cast and more recoupling because I like Chris or because of Chris, well, like, why would they cut that out? It just doesn't make sense to me. But
I
we'll
don't
never.
know. I don't know. And the thing is maybe he did say something about her too, and they
And they
cut.
cut.
The thing is now that all the cast is coming out and saying that they've been editing things up the wazoo, it is again ruining the show, because obviously we want to see what we believe, and we want to think that what we're seeing is real, and that's how it went down. But the truth of the matter is, he could have said something about her, and she could have said something about him, or she didn't say nothing about him and he didn't say nothing about her. But the way they edited it, to me, made it seem like she said something about him, he didn't say something about her, and she got upset about it. But that might not be, that's not how other people perceive it at all. They think that
Well,
she wasn't mad, and look, she bit her tongue, she didn't say anything, even though she was visibly upset in the face, she didn't call him out or say anything about her, which seems unlikely, because we know that when
yeah.
she has an issue, she has to speak on it.
And there's just no way she said 5 words to that question. And I think there's a lot we missed there that
A lot.
whoever,
You can see everyone's pits and what is it? Pits and
no,
pearls.
pits and peaks.
Pits and pieces. We didn't see everyone's. Like, we didn't hear Nick's. We didn't hear like, we didn't hear a lot of people's.
And that's what my opinion is, right? Like, the whole point of the peak and pit, they used it to show Huda said something nice about Chris and he said nothing about her. They wanted to drive that point home. And that's why I'm like, I don't get why they would cut out what she actually said about him. Maybe it was just rambling. I don't know. But something was off about that to me. Like, it didn't look right. And whoever interviews Chris first, if it's the Vial Files or whoever, like, I hope they ask him about that moment, because I think we definitely didn't get the whole picture. But
What did you think
also,
her saying she wants to kiss us all in the mouth for voting for, not us, because I didn't vote for her, but like, she wants to kiss everyone in the mouth, and Chris kind of looked at her like, because it's
their
like,
usual manipulation.
he's been
Yeah.
trying to kiss you in the mouth and you won't kiss him, and now you're saying in front of me. I get it, it was a joke, it was supposed to be funny, but he didn't think it was funny because he's been trying to kiss you and you won't kiss the man.
They were definitely in a fight, I think, or like not liking each other, because also if you go back right after Shelley and Ace left and they're all standing around and having like champagne and Amaya's doing her zoomies, which is so cute. If you look at Huda and Chris, when she has her like really weird, angry, scary face on and is like, what the fuck? There's something going on between them. If you watch, they cut it out, but like she's saying some shit to him and he's annoyed. She looks pissed. So
Okay.
it's not a happy moment.
Did you
That
notice her licking her,
yes.
the side of her champagne
Oh,
glass?
yeah, like I said, I do not understand this woman. When she was with her sister, she seemed cool to me, like awesome. And I'm sure sometimes that's what people are seeing on that island. That's why we do have some people come off, like Zach or whoever else was like, I liked her. She was nice to me. She definitely has those moments. But when she's with a partner, damn,
And
like it
that's
was
the thing, right?
insane.
Who you are with a partner and who you are just in life is very different. I'm sure she's everybody has moments where they're fun and they're happy and they're sweet and they're kind and they're genuine. And I do think that Huda has all of those qualities about her. Like, I do think that she's probably a great mom and a great friend and a great, sister and a great daughter. You know what I mean? I just think that she has some issues when it comes to relationships and when it comes to men that she probably needs to self-reflect and work
Yeah.
on. That's it. I don't think the girl is like an evil
No.
human or anything, you know?
Yeah, just not ready for a relationship,
Yeah,
or at
just not
least we
ready
don't
for
want to watch it.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's it. Yeah.
just not on Love Island. But
Yeah.
yeah. So, final thoughts before the finale.
Final
I
thought.
think
Who do you think's taking it home? Realistic.
Amaya and Brian. It's
Yeah.
got to be. Like I said, that's the only happy ending to this season. I mean, when they were with their families, they were so cute. I'm like, I want to go to this wedding. Both their families were so sweet. Like you can just see that they come from really similar backgrounds, similar families. What did you think of Amaya's stepdad? Is he cute to you?
No, Brian's friend Brian was cute to me.
Yes, he was. Yeah, they got. Everyone was like, Amaya looks just like her mom. I didn't see that at all. I don't
I
know if
didn't
I'm
either.
blind though. I can't see, but their families were so sweet, and I
Yes.
think they got along so well together. And I hope they're genuine. I hope they make it work outside of the
I
villa
think
because I love them.
regardless, Amaya is genuine. I do think that they're gonna take it. I think that they're the only Maya's fan base is the only fan base out there that could really combat Huda's fan base. I
Hmm.
know that Huda's fan base is really going to push for her to win. I don't think she deserves to win just based on her
Hmm.
behavior this entire season, and she shouldn't be rewarded for that. And
I
furthermore, her and Chris don't have a connection.
Well, that's the biggest thing, right?
Yeah,
Like for
yeah.
me at least, I'm like they don't even like each other. They can't stand each other, so it's just silly.
I think
Really?
Huda likes Chris, and I just this is how she acts and shows her love. Like, she doesn't realize that it's annoying. Like, I don't think she
Hmm.
does this on purpose. I don't think her actions are intentional. I think she's
Yeah.
completely unaware, which is the problem. I think she likes Chris. I think this is how she acts when she likes somebody. She nitpicks,
Hmm.
she bugs them, she annoys them. She, you know what I mean, can't be
Hmm.
positive. Like, I think that's just who she is. I think she likes him.
Yeah.
I don't like her,
And
but
there's something about her personality that is just points out the negative a lot. Like I noticed when Amaya was with her family, she said something like, "I can't believe Amaya's not crying." It's like she's always like scanning for the room for what's wrong. What can I say like negative? It's just so weird. Like in that moment where everything was so sweet, it's like, what does it matter if Amaya's crying or not? It was just weird to me. I'm like, she's just picky as a person, which is weird because she's too young for that. Like just
yeah.
be happy and enjoy your life. Because I don't know if she wins, if they win, is she going to take all the money? Because that would be kind of funny. But not funny. Like, I don't like that,
I don't think,
but
well,
I
because
could
we
see it.
don't know who's going to get the choice, right? He could get the choice to take all the
Oh,
money.
does it only give one person a
It
choice?
only gives one person the choice. Like,
Why
they
can I never
spray
remember these
you
things?
an envelope or some sort of thing, and one person, whoever gets the envelope with one gets a blank
Oh, yes, yes, yes. But they
and
both
one
get
gets
an
the money.
envelope, right?
They both get an envelope.
Yeah, okay, okay. Yeah,
One
no, I know
has
that part.
money on it, one has nothing on it, and the person who
Right.
gets the money on it or something gets to make the decision of if they split
Right,
it.
right, right.
So he could decide not to split it, which
I
would
don't think
be,
there's any way he would ever, because he would like she has a child and she's
yeah,
been there since the start. I think just the principle of it, he would never do
you
that.
never
He
know.
wouldn't
You never
feel good
know. One
about it.
thing is a scam.
Really?
That would be funny. I don't know if she would take the money because she does seem to genuinely like him. I hope we don't even have to have this discussion because I hope Amaya and Brian win, which I do think that they have the fandom to do so. I think
Hmm.
Nicolandria, I think Huda and Chris, Nicolandria, and Amaya and Brian are going to be the top three. I think Iris and Pepe are going to be fourth runner up. I think, but Nicolandria has a hive out there too. I don't know if they have a hive
I
like,
was gonna say,
but we'll
I
see.
could see Nick and Alandria winning now just because I do think a lot of Shelley supporters will go to Alandria now. That's what I would do. Like they're the ones I like liked the most, enjoyed the most out of the season is Shelley and Alandria. So because I can't vote for Shelley now, I would probably vote like, but then I love Amaya too. But some people were really fans of the Shelley Alandria relationship. So
Yeah.
just because of that,
Yeah.
because I know some people, not me, nobody here, but some people get annoyed by Amaya, right? And so I think those people are more of like the Shelley Alandria fans, so they might just vote for Alandria because they
I
just
did
feel
notice
for her.
that all of the Shelley Ace supporters were like, get on the Nicolandria ship.
Yeah, me
I
too.
was encouraging my followers to do the Amaya and Brian ship only because I love Alandria, only because of not splitting the vote out of the fear that Huda would win because her fans are not splitting their vote. But I don't know. I don't know. It
Yeah.
could go. It could go either way. Like I know we've not been the biggest Ace supporters here, but I definitely. This is justice for Jeremiah, I guess.
Yeah.
Like this was
I know that's
justice.
the hard thing is like I was so upset to see Ace and Shelley go, but looking back on the whole season, yes, we've had a lot of complaints about Ace, and he did, we were very frustrated with him with the whole Jeremiah of it all. So I think he obviously couldn't come back from that. And even though we love Shelley, like we just felt like even if they didn't come in calculating together, like we obviously don't believe that that was a thing. We did feel like he was calculating in his removal or like convincing the house of what Huda sent home and all of that. So yeah, he just played too hard. And that's a big thing that happens on these shows. Yeah, Big Brother, Survivor, all the other ones I watch, like it is the social game is a very important piece. And Ace messed that up because even though he had his good friends and he was like the leader, that is always puts a target on your back. Those people always go home. They never win. So he just played a little too hard. If he would have taken it down a couple notches, he would have been fine. But
yeah, I agree. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. It's anyone's game at this point. I would be happy. I would be happy if Nicolandria won. I would be happy if Amaya and Brian won. I think I'm happy with either of those winners.
Really, all of them win because they're all getting $1 million deals when they get out of there. So
true,
good for them.
Good for them. I know. Yeah.
I made a real big mistake in my life by planning a family vacation starting on Sunday. So I'm like, I should have known better. I know
Don't
this
you
is
know
coming.
to plan your life around Love Island?
Literally, I planned it for this whole week starting on Sunday. Not only is it the Love Island finale, but then we have something we're doing very exciting on Thursday, which is a secret for now. But now I got to go to LA in the middle of this family vacation. So not great planning on my part, but have no fear. I'm bringing the equipment to the cabin. We're recording on the road. Hopefully, it's my first time trying to do that.
Yeah,
So we will be back with the finale recap. Don't worry. But
yes, don't worry.
I might be in my bathing suit and drinking a margarita, but we'll be here talking.
We'll be here.
Yes.
Funny.
All right. Well, you got any final thoughts? I think we covered it all.
Do it. It's out of our hands now. What's gonna happen is gonna happen. So we'll just have to see on Sunday what happens.
Yeah, and we'll be back with our finale recap. So thanks for following along this season with us, and don't forget to like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and we'll see you soon.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.